It's Pep Talk with Ray. Lord, thank you for using me. 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 Lord, thank you for using me.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Ree, and I'm so excited to be with you all another Monday night. Listen, it is Memorial Day weekend. We have so much in store, but first and foremost, I want to say thank you and just give a shout out to everyone who has served and has fought for our country. We thank you so much. Your families, those families that are connected. Thank you for your loved ones. We honor them today. We want to make sure to take the time first and foremost to do that. Listen, we have so much in store. This is also Mental Health Awareness Month, all month long of May, and we've been talking about mental health awareness. We've been keeping it real, just being honest about some things so that we can no longer walk in a stigmatized place, but walk in freedom when it comes to mental health. But again, I just am so excited to be connected with you. This is your girl, Ree. You are tuned into Pep Talk with Ree. And we're going to take a moment of prayer as we do every single week and make sure that we start off right. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for allowing for us to have another opportunity to say thank you, to spend time with you, to promote you. I thank you for the gifts, Lord God, that are connected even through this ministry. Lord, we thank you, Lord God, for Positive Power, Double XI, Christian Media Network. We thank you for Jerry Royce, who allows for us podcasters to be connected and to share as we do. I don't take it lightly. And God, we just want to say thank you for just allowing for us to have one more day. We thank you for the lives that were given and the sacrifices that were made. And we say thank you for allowing for even those loved ones to have a time and a place on this earth that we can now celebrate them. We thank you, Lord God, for just doing all the things that you do, and we ask that you cover this broadcast in Jesus' name. Amen. So you are listening to the Monday Night Triple broadcast. We have my sis coming up next with Keisha Mosley, and then after that at 10 p.m. we have my sis, Miss Shay. And so I'm so excited again for tonight. My guest tonight, you're going to be in for a treat. It is my girl, Miss Shani P, and she'll be on a little bit later, and she will be sharing her book, which is a treat for you as well. We have some music from her, so I'm just excited to share that. We're going to take a quick musical break, and I'm going to chat with you a little bit about what God has given me, and then we'll get a little bit more underway. So again, thank you for tuning in to Pep Talk with Ree. This is your girl, Ree, and you make sure to enjoy yourself as we take a quick break.
You're listening to Your Slide Worldwide Podcast.
Feeling
That was such a beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I thank God. This is Divine of Annapolis. You are listening to Jerry Royce live triple broadcast, Monday night triple broadcast. This is Pet Talk with Reed. Listen, I cannot contain myself. You will soon hear from my sis in a few moments, a few moments. So those of you that are tuned in, that are excited, that are riding this out with me, make sure that you get, if you're following me on social media, get your likes on, your love, make sure you share it, get your watch parties going, get people connected. If you're tuned in by a Spreaker, make sure that you let everyone know, listen, I'm listening to Pep Talk, turn it up, and let's get going. Right now, we're going to take just a little moment because we've been talking about mental health awareness, and I just want to communicate with some of you all before the month's out. We've had a wonderful month of just being honest and open and just sharing, but I want to let you know, listen, there are so many things in this world that we have to face. There are so many things that we come up against, that we see every single day. And there are things that can knock us off of our grip. It can knock us off of our stand. You know, we have our normal course of life, the things that we do, the things that we're used to, you know, our family, all of those things. But there are some times in life where there's a deviation, there's a detour. There is something that comes to knock you off of the place that was that sure thing. I want to encourage you first and foremost, find your sure footing in the Word of God. Find it in the truth. Find it in God. There is life. In the Word, there is life. And we know that we have that. But here's what I want to say secondly. We don't always hear this, and this is where we stop the stigma. I want to encourage you. Some of you may be out there, and you may have been dealing and wondering, listen, how long am I going to be in this place? I just kind of don't really feel like myself. I don't know how I can make it just on my own. You may have been crying and struggling and dealing with things that just have felt a bit overwhelming. I want to encourage and let you know that, one, you are not alone. You've heard many testimonies week after week. You see it. It's out there. Listen, you are not alone. Many of us face situations in life, and sometimes we have to get that additional push, that additional assistance. I thank God for friends and connections, but sometimes it takes something deeper than that. Someone who has taken their time and studied how to help you get out of a situation. I want to encourage you, if you are dealing and it is becoming a little bit too much, seek God, seek wisdom. But I also want to encourage you that it's okay to seek counsel. It's okay to say I need help. It's okay to say that I am not okay. It's okay. Listen, the true you, the real you, the one that's behind the image and the routine, the real you needs you to show you some love. First and foremost, it has to come from within. And I want to be just that one to give you that pep talk and that boost and say, no, listen, it doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. It doesn't mean that. It means that something could be happening to you, but it doesn't mean that you are wrong or you are bad or you're nutty or you're any of those different derogatory terms. We're stopping the stigma. It just means that you need a dose of something, whether it is that communication. Maybe you need to see it from a different perspective, but that you do have the opportunity to be okay. You can be okay. And you're not by yourself. So I want to encourage you that it's okay, okay? I want to encourage you that not only does God love you, but that he will reveal those in your life that really do have your back and support you. And he'll lead you to where you got to go so that you can get the help that you need. Listen, you can get to a place where you can move from being so bound and so dogged down to being in a place where my guest will be coming up shortly is now releasing and giving those things that she has been able to be entrusted with. You have many great gifts and many great things inside of you. You have it. You have all the things that you need. Just get a little bit of help and get those things and talk. Get it out so that when God starts pouring in, it's not tainted with all the other stuff of this world, but it's exactly what you need to be able to move forward, okay? So I want to continue to show you some love and let you know that all is well. and that you can get those things that you need, okay? So again, you've been tuned in to Pep Talk with Ree. We are going to have a great time. We are going to have an amazing time tonight. We are going to take one more quick musical break. I'll come back with some announcements, and then I will bring to you none other than my guest, Miss Shani P. Y'all make sure to like, share, love, and get everybody up here in your head. You're listening to Pep Talk with Ree.
Possibilities, oh no, it ain't fair, no, no, but there's possibilities. My God has a plan and a purpose for each and every one, for all He's done for you and me, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. When you follow God's will, you will find yourself. When you follow God's will, you'll be out of misery. When you follow God's will, He'll give you the victory. He'll give you the victory. Holy Spirit, flow. Holy Spirit, flow. Holy Spirit, flow. Overflow. All of my enemies try to defeat me, but my protector shields me. No need to worry, no need to lose sleep. He watches over me, for thou art with me. So come alive, don't die. The holy word is life. Lost souls reach out to be free for eternal life. My God has a plan and a purpose for each and every one, for all He's done for you and for me. When you follow God's will, you will find yourself. When you follow God's will, oh yeah, you'll be out of misery. When you follow God's will, yeah, He'll give you the victory. Holy Spirit.
What a beautiful, beautiful song. Listen, we was over here jamming, y'all. I'm going to, listen, my girl Shani P is getting ready to come on in just a few. But in the meantime, let me share some things with you. I want to share, listen, Zenobia Simpson will have a stage play. It's called Mama at the Benefit Office at Woodlawn High School in Baltimore County. Y'all make sure to come on through. The red carpet is going to be with Lakeisha Mosley. The MC is radio host Renee Montgomery from WBGR in D.C. This is going to be Father's Day. This is going to be Father's Day week, so you don't want to miss out. You hear? So listen, we have so much in store, but let me tell you one thing. You no longer have to wait. We are ready to chat it up with my girl, and I'm so excited to introduce her to you. Listen, are y'all ready right now? This is my sis. She is on. Sis, where you at?
I'm here. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Hey. How you doing? I'm excited you to be jumping around. I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about your book. I've been following you on social media. So how are you doing, girl?
I'm blessed. God has been really good. He's been really good, and he's been really faithful. And, you know, when you just get to the place where you're seeing that and you're realizing that, it's a very peaceful place. So
Absolutely.
I'm blessed.
Awesome. Now, listen, I want to take a moment for those that are just tuning in, hearing your voice, and they may not have heard you before. Those that have heard you before, take a moment to introduce yourself briefly. Let us know what we're in store for tonight.
Well, my name is Shani P. Nelson. I am from New Iberia, Louisiana. And tonight we're going to be talking about the book that God placed on my heart to create as a tool for dreamers, creatives, go-getters, hustlers, just people who have ideas and are serious about executing them. It's not their business. We're going to talk about that. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
I'm excited because you're talking to the dreamers, the creatives, the ones who God has given them something and letting it be known it's not their business. Listen, I can say this, and I know you are also an amazing singer. I'm a recording artist as well. And I have an album, and we know, and I'm not doing it to toot the horn, but to make a point. Many times I hear from people that say, that album is so peaceful. You know, that your instrument is just so peaceful. But sis, I went through so much pain to produce what people could say peace. I prayed for the peace. I asked for the peace, and that was created. Was this book a cakewalk? Tell me about that. Was it just super easy about the dream and everything? Tell us about that.
It was not. This whole process, well, first, it started being a creator was something that I've always been, but I've always fought with it because, when you're in school and you have a set way of doing things, choosing the way of creation is not an easy task from the very beginning. There's so many things that you have to do. Your path is not straight, like straight ahead. It's like, you with doctors, you go to school, you're going to med school, and then you automatically get to where you're going. It's a set place, but when you're a creator, it's not like that. It's a research that you have to do. It's just a lot of believing in yourself because a lot of times you're not going to have someone there to just believe in you. So this book came from me just needing direction, me needing to know, because when I first went to college, I was like, I'm going to go to law school and that's going to be it. I'm going to be a lawyer. And then I got there and realized I don't really like to read that much research stuff like that. And so I had to shift. I had to really look at what I'm good at. What can I do? And so this book came from just experience, me sharing things with people and not getting the right, or what I felt like was the right response. And that response, it happens like that because some people just don't understand. Some people don't understand. Some people don't want to see you achieving the things that you want to achieve. It's so many different things. And constantly I would share. And when I would not get the response that I was expecting to keep me going, it fizzed me out. Like I wouldn't be able to keep going forward with it because I was just discouraged. And discouragement is no joke. Like it's not. When you have so many things inside of you, it's like you want to get it all out and you want to share with people, but when they don't, if they're not as excited as you, it may start making you think, well, is this really good? If they don't like it, then why would anybody else like it? All of those things were in my head. So writing this book, just, it's an interactive book where there's a lot of questions and you have to answer it honestly of how do you see your life? And so I had to really think about, how do I see mine? And you know what? I remember a conversation that I actually had with you a long time ago. Whenever I first started writing this, you were like, you have to go through this book and answer these things and let it work out for you before you can put it out to everybody else. So as I'm going through that and as I'm going through that process, it started just giving me the confidence that I needed, started giving me the clarity that I needed on what I needed to do. So that's what I'm hoping that the book does for everybody who buys it, everybody who needs it. The distractions and procrastination. I tell you, the enemy flooded me to not get this thing done, and then so many outside little things happening too that just fought me. Making me feel like I wasn't good enough, making me feel like what I was doing wasn't effective or wasn't going to be effective. But understanding that the enemy is a liar, and whatever God put in, I had to get to that place of just having peace. And just, you see other people doing things and other people, you look at your project and you're like, man, I would like for things to be, taken off like this too. But you have to understand that God works through you the way he wants to work through you. And he works through your projects the way he wants to work through your projects at his time. And then just understanding that that's, what was taking place, I had to get that. And, when you're used to things just going the way you want it to go, going the way you want it to go, and then having to completely just trust God to show you even whenever it don't look the way you want it to look, like that was a thing for me. That was a thing that had me on my toes all the time, on the edge all the time, because I wanted to see the manifestation of it. And it was a trying time, but I'm just glad that I was able to push it out, and it's doing what it needs to do now.
And it's
I'm glad that I'm able to do that.
Yes, blessing, Minnie. And so, I'm so grateful, like, when God allows me to go through something, because, people say, I don't look like what I've been through. Our projects don't look like what we've been through. God can take some ashes and then we got some beauty going on, where people don't have to see all the rough, but he can get his glory and the good stuff, that comes from it. I'm just grateful that you've kept your feet in that position for God to continue to order your steps, to move you as he did. That's a huge thing. Okay, so when I'm looking at the title, it says it's not their business. I get a little attitude. Like, so who are we talking to, and what are we talking about, Miss Shane? It's not their business. That's the name of the book. What are we talking about?
So it's not their business is basically what it's saying. It's not their business. If you look at the cover, you also see a brain, a colorful brain, and it says it's your passion, plan, visions, goals, dreams, hope, determination, happiness, focus, faith, purpose, strategy. They're all yours. These are your things. These are things that God put inside of you. And so, when you go to try to talk to people about it, or sometimes people share it on Facebook, telling people what's going on as it's an idea rather than the manifestation. We can't expect people to just get it. We can't expect people to just understand, and we can't expect people to just be happy for us, because it doesn't always turn out like that. Now, mind you, there are some people who are genuinely concerned with you, for you, or they care about what you're doing and they care about your success. They have people that's like that. Don't get me wrong, but we're expecting people to see our vision, and it's not their business. It's not their business to see it, because God gave it to you. He didn't give it to nobody else. He gave it to you for you to walk out, for you to manifest. And, he brings the people that you need when it's time for you to meet them. But in the beginning stages, which is where we are with this book, the beginning stages, where you're seeing the vision, you're looking at it, you're writing it out, you're just digging inside to see what is really inside of you that you can push out. That's the beginning stages of it. And it's not for you to go and talk about with people. Because like I said, they might not understand. They might not get it. They might not even appreciate the fact that you're trying to achieve these things. So it's not their business.
That's a huge thing, sis, because there's so many people out there, and I've experienced this as well. Some of you listeners may have experienced this as well, where visions and dreams have been aborted because we prematurely shared it in excitement with others, thinking that they'd be as excited as we are, or understand what it is that we're talking about. Many visions and dreams have been diverted, diluted. Whereas God said, do it this way, but you may talk to somebody and they'll be like, well, you know what, I've had experience in this area and in this field, and I think you should do this and do that. But I love when you say it is not their business. And if people can grab hold to that and know that when something is given to them, that is something that sometimes you have to keep it to yourself. I think of being a mother, and when you're going through the early trimesters, you usually don't go saying something, and these are where you don't say anything because you're waiting to see how this goes and what happens, and you share it a little bit later. Let's go a little bit deeper. When you're creating that child, you're not telling everybody, well, people with class. I'm not telling everybody that you're creating a child right now at 8:35. You're not doing that. That's not nobody's business. But but when it gets to a certain time in the process, other people then can come in with the showers, the babysitter, and the assistant, and they can come and help. Just like how you said, where God will give you something at a specific time, and it's for you, and it has to take time to process, to marinate. You've got to understand it first before you go running your mouth to everybody else. You got to get this thing together, and it has to be internalized. You got to know that this is your lane. And sis, this is your lane. I'm so excited for your time. We are going to chat a little bit more about this amazing author and songwriter. But first, we are going to take a little cut, and I want to listen to, well, as we were talking about, it's not their business. You were talking about love in this song. And it is the business when God blesses man and woman and allows for it to be a light for others to see that it's a good thing. This song is called You and Me, and we're going to listen to that. Y'all make sure to continue like, share, and love, and meet us right back here after this song. I want y'all to jam on through it. You and Me by Miss Shani P.
You're listening to Julius Live Worldwide Podcast.
Without a king, my baby, I know we got a thing or two we gotta can become butterflies together. Because the cloud and need to swing by heaven. That's how much I believe in you and me. We're living in the perfect kind of weather. Never forget all the storms we had to weather. Baby, let's fly away, baby. You and me, my love. I can't picture no one else, me and you, boy. We can fly away to somewhere great, to brighter days. We can become butterflies together. Past the clouds, we can swing by heaven. That's how much I believe in you and me. We're living in the big kind of weather. And never forget all the storms we had to weather. Baby, let's fly. Sunny day, sunny day. You and me, my love, my love, our love, my love, my love. This could be us. This could be us. This could be us.
You're listening to Your Smile Worldwide Podcast.
Yes, that song is called You and Me by you, my girl, Miss Shani P. And it is such a beautiful song. We've been talking about your book. Yes, it is. We've been talking about your book. It's Not Their Business. And listen, we've just listened to You and Me. I want to allow for you to take the time to give a shout out to your hubby and let us know how he's feeling. It's not their business.
He is enjoying It's Not Their Business. I think he's enjoying my, what is it called, my evolving and how I'm, because I've dealt with depression a lot. And just having him here through the process and just, being my strength and stuff whenever I was really weak in doing this and always just staying on me to do what I needed to do. When it came down to It's Not Their Business, I appreciate all of that. I know I might have given a little fuss about it, but he understood, my personality, and he loved me through all of that. So I love you because I know you listening. Jeremy P. Nelson.
Yes, let's get his name. That is awesome. And we give a shout out to the king of the house, and we're so grateful for the gift that has come out of, you all's union, you all's time together. It is truly a blessing. I want to ask you, during this process of It's Not Their Business and in releasing the book that God has put inside of you, what have you learned from this? And going through this season and in releasing, what have you gotten out of it?
Well, I'm still going through it. I'm still figuring it out. After releasing it, God was this was my time to really just completely trust. And I posted it a couple of days ago that when you completely trust God, your emotions cannot be involved whatsoever because it may not look like what you want it to look like, like even when you're so excited about something, this whole process has been a real faith walk because I didn't know what I was doing. I've really just been following, the leading of the Holy Spirit and, I've always just thank God for my ordered steps because if it wasn't for them being ordered, I don't know where I would be or what I would be doing or anything with this. So just really understanding what it meant to trust God, trust him no matter what it looked like, and don't have your feelings involved. Don't get upset. Don't get, like I said, I battled with depression and, when things I felt like wasn't going my way or, because, there were issues all the way through timing on how I wanted to do certain things. And that's kind of been happening to me all my life. I make plans, and then when the plan didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to go, or if something disrupted my plans, like I would just kind of fall apart. So God's like, don't you do that this time. Don't fall apart if things don't go the way you want it to go. Just trust me and don't have your emotions involved in this. Try to just, cast all your cares, which is what I had to do. And I have been constantly just casting down all negative thoughts, casting down all negative, just anything that can make me think something negative, even if it wasn't, about this book. Any negative thing, period. I have to cast all of that stuff down, and I've been really seeing him work in my mind and, bringing me the peace that I need, regardless to, because when I wrote this book, and just with any of my projects, I'm always thinking, global, worldwide. I'm always thinking like that. And I understand, we have to start small, but I'm always thinking like that. So because I dream so big, sometimes it'll get hard being in those small beginning places, just emotionally and stuff like that. So that's why he told me, trust me without your emotions. And that's the thing that I have been learning through this release process, just to trust him and put my emotions to the side, put all of that to the side, and let God do what he want to do, how he want to do it, so that whenever I do get to where I've always said I was going to be, I'll be completely stable. I'll be completely on my firm ground. I'll be complete, and I'll be whole. So I'm getting it. I'm learning it.
That's right. But you know what? You're teaching along the way, and that's what I love, is that as you're going through, you're not quiet about it. You're communicating, you're sharing. I thank God that God has allowed for you to release. I thank God that even we've had an amazing time even dealing with Mental Health Awareness Month. And my sis has produced, has given, has done. And listen, there are things that affect each and every one of us, but don't ever let it get in the way of your assignment. You may be dealing with depression, anxiety. You may be dealing with bipolar. You may be dealing with any mental ailment. But let me tell you this. My sister brought this up, and it comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5, which says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. We got to know that anything that comes against who God says that you are, listen, you are not your issue. That's not what you are. That ain't your business. But what God has, the kingdom, that is your business. And you can have and achieve everything that God has. Don't let anything come against the knowledge of God. What you know, you need to know that you know. People say, I know it in my Noah. You need to know that you know, and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Captivity means I will hold that thing hostage, meaning I will hold on to my faith. I will hold on to what God has for me is for me. I will hold on to no weapon formed against me will prosper. I will hold these things hostage because I will never, ever be outside of what God says that I will have. Sis, I'm super proud of you. I'm super grateful for the ministry that is inside of you, for what is going on in your household that you and your husband walk forth and release. Thank you so much for the gift that you are. I want to give you an opportunity. If you want to give, just say a little something, a little nugget to leave us with that God has placed on your heart. And from there, we'll be wrapping it up. So what is God sharing with you lastly, and and any special thanks that you want to give?
Well, first, if your dreams are important. Don't ever let any situation keep you from achieving those things, especially if God promised you something. Hold on to his promises like you're holding on for dear life, because he means everything that he says, everything that he's promised you, he will bring it to pass, because that's the kind of God he is. Know that you can be whatever it is that God has placed in you to be, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what you feel like you don't have at the time, regardless of, how you feel, honestly.
Right.
Whatever your state is, how you feel mentally, whether you don't have peace, God can give you that. You can be everything that God has created you to be, and you don't have to settle for anything. You can have all of your heart's desires, because God said that he wants to give you that. If you delight in him, and he will give you your heart's desires. That's what his word says, and he don't lie. So strive and reach and go after those things, and don't be telling everybody, because it's not.
Yes, it ain't their business.
It's not.
Y'all make sure to get this book. Sis, give us your social media contact and how we can stay connected with you, website, everything you got.
Okay, so on Facebook, it's Shani P. Nelson. You can follow me on Facebook. I also have the It's Not Their Business movement page on Facebook. You can also follow that. And on Instagram, I am officially .Shani_. You can follow me on Instagram, too, for all of my music, every book that I'm writing, anything that I have going on. You can follow any one of those pages or follow all three, and you can get all of that information. I just want to thank God for this opportunity, first and foremost, for everything that he's been blessing me with, because they've been coming like, I didn't know type thing. And so I'm thankful for the surprises he's been giving me and blessing me with. Thankful for my team, my girl Sierra, for helping me. Destined Eloquence, I appreciate her for helping me publish this book. My husband, Jeremy, my family, just everybody that's connected and supporting me right now. I appreciate all y'all, and I pray that y'all get this book and let it bless y'all life and catapult y'all into a beautiful destiny, a beautiful purpose.
Yes. Make sure to put your information in the comments for those that are following us on social media. Those of you that are listening, make sure you can always play this back. And we are just so grateful to have our guest. Thank you, Jerry Royce, for just being who you are and allowing podcasters such as myself to be able to share the good news. I love you all. We've had an amazing time tonight. Thank you, Miss Shani. I'm so super proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate y'all so much.
No problem. Y'all have a wonderful night. You just spent your time with Ree on TED Talk with Ree. Monday Night Triple Podcast. Stay tuned for my girl Lakeisha Mosley and then Shay Sims at 10 p.m. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night.
You're listening to Your Slide Worldwide Podcast.
Humble young man, humble. Woo! This is Jarrell Golden of Holy Ground Music Group, and you are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast in Charm City. A quick question. Can you feel the power?
We can become butterflies together because
participants are all told.
Fly away to somewhere great, to brighter days. We can become butterflies together. Past the clouds, we can swing by heaven. That's how much I believe. I believe you and me. We will live in the big kind weather. And never forget all the storms we had to weather. Baby, let's fly. Sunny day. This could be us. Oh, baby. Yeah.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.